Exactly. All right, Dylan is in for Al this morning. Got a first look at the forecast. Hey, Dylan.
Hey, good morning, guys. It is going to be very, very dry. In fact, we haven't had rain in more than a month around here. Humidity is very low, and we are forecasting some gusty winds going through the weekend. So we have red flag warnings and the elevated fire risk across the Northeast and up into New England, too. Now, keep in mind, the smallest spark, tossing a cigarette out the window. These are all things that could start a fire that seems small. And then when you have humidity around 10 to 20% and you have wind gusts up to around 25 to 30 miles per hour, that's how these fires spread so rapidly and then they get out of control because of all the dry brush. Going into today, we could see wind gusts up to 15 to 20 miles per hour. And then going into tomorrow, we could see gusts as high as 25 to up to 30 miles per hour. Albany, especially up into Boston, too, where, again, everything is just bone dry. And these fires could spread very rapidly. Elsewhere across the country, we're looking at mild temperatures through this afternoon across the upper Midwest, down through the Plain States, and then some mountain snow possible out near the Sierra Nevada mountain range. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds. Well, I don't know. I was trying to think of something, but my brain can't work that fast.
IDK? I don't know.
IDK, perfect.
Yeah, okay.
We do have this hurricane season continuing here, and we've got Tropical Storm Sarah we've been talking about for a few days now. Winds are up to 50 miles per hour. This is not a big storm, but it's a slow mover. So for Honduras, there's a chance we could see up to 30 inches of rain, which is could cause catastrophic flooding, also mudslides, too. So a very dangerous storm for that area. But as it continues to move to the west-northwest, it's going to move mostly over land. So this is going to knock this storm back down to just an area of low pressure, which means we are not expecting this to be any sort of storm in the Gulf of Mexico. And while we could see some rain into next Tuesday in areas like Florida, we're not looking for this to be a tropical system, just some rain for that area. We're not getting any rain of any kind across the Northeast where we certainly need it. Back through the middle of the country, the upper Midwest, it's also dry, temperatures in the 50s and 60s, and then out west we could see a little bit of snow up into the Sierra Mountain range, but it's going into the weekend where we'll see a bigger storm hit the Pacific Northwest. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window.
And what you got?
What a great conversation. Thanks, guys. We do have some pretty nice weather in the forecast, although it's been very dry. We could use some rain, but we're getting more sunshine in the Northeast. A little bit breezy, too, today, but even windier tomorrow. Mild across the upper Midwest, continued sunshine down through the southern plains. We're looking at 60s and 70s with lots of sun. A little bit of snow out in the Sierra Mountain range and the higher elevations, but we're waiting for a bigger storm system to make its way on shore for the latter half of the weekend across the Pacific Northwest. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window.
Wow.
To JFK or whatever it was at the time.
Wow. You have like a pick from somebody?
Oh, yeah, no, I have like, Kid Rock's guitar string. Beetle 64 starts streaming what movie stars look like. And it's been a minute.
Yeah, we have
I'm
her.
psyched.
Exciting.
Yeah, also psyched.
Just ahead, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain, the talented, the terrific Jeff Gold.